ourselves quite the lineup of cards to work with, and I am super excited. As always, I hope your day has been well. You're ready to relax, play some solitaire. 500 is just crazy to think about. Never thought we'd ever get here, honestly, from the beginning. But look where we're at. Just lots of excitement. Okay, so as you saw, we have 10 decks for us tonight. And we'll start off with the green Japan deck, a lovely start to it. Wow, we get into our first game and settled up. So, without any further ado, please get yourselves nice and comfy. And let's get ready for our first game of the night. So, as always, we're gonna do a little giveaway of a deck of cards, actually a couple decks. So, if you'd like to participate in that, comment 500 or comment 500 on any other of the 100th specials. And there you go. You have yourself an entry. And it looks like we have ourselves a decent start with our spacing, and our night is officially underway. Just, again, I'm still kind of lost for words is the best way to explain it. I guess we'll just focus on the game and let the words come naturally as they do. Quick question for you. When did you start watching these solitaire videos, and if you remember which video? It's always interesting hearing where each of you come from and how we're all here now on this journey to 1,000, which is quite ridiculous, but we will do it, as we are officially halfway there. And why not? Let's put down this 3, move over our queen, and see what we can do in the meantime. Alright, so double sixes, and make that double sevens with those triple sevens. Spoke too early. I think at the point of our 500th video episode, whichever you prefer, we're at about 1 year or 365 days of straight uploads without missing a beat. And again, I never thought I'd upload a video every day for a week. Forget a year. Never crossed my mind, but that's where we're at, and I'm actually enjoying every bit of it. As it looks like triple sevens, double sixes might have held us back in our first game. So let's do a double check and move on to our second game of the night. But don't worry, plenty of cards ahead, as there's nowhere for this 2, queen, or any play left on the field. So let's see which cards were left unturned in this one. Alright, I don't remember seeing too many 8s, but let's find out. Double 8s, double 4s, double kings, double 5s, and triple kings. Kinda surprising there, but That's why we're playing quite a bit tonight. And as we get through shuffling these cards into our second game, just a quick moment to mention all of the awesome channel members out there and everyone who's given a super thanks. You shouldn't do that, really, but let's just let the names be shown. And there they are. Thank you once again. All of you are awesome. And everyone else, you're awesome too. Just want to give a little extra attention to those people. Alright, let's give this deck 2 more shuffles. And let's move on to our second game of the night. I had so many ideas for this 500th video that I kind of just didn't know what to do for a bit. I remember I wanted to do pretty much a cyber type theme deck. Only cyber type decks, but I thought, you know what? That was an older thought. Let's just go with a nice variety of some pleasant colors and see how they do. Pretty much all of these decks are some of the best ones we have. So hopefully they deliver for us tonight. Just so many options. I never just once again thought we'd get to this point. And I never thought I'd have so many decks of cards to choose from. And you know what? We're actually having ourselves a pretty strong start to this one. Also, I think last time I went a little bit overboard with the 400th special. I tried doing I did do a 4-hour video, and I did not realize how much time and work would go into that as we put a 2 down, a queen, and we move over a king. I remember being very worried the night of uploading that video, since it took, I think, 5 straight hours to upload, and I was just worried because we had a nice strong streak towards our, I think, 300th consecutive days of uploads, and didn't want that to go out the window. Now, I'm fine either way. I'm just enjoying myself a little extra, not worrying if a day is missed. And with that feeling, I found it's much easier, oh, those 7s, pesky 7s, to maintain a good, consistent schedule. There we go. Let's clear up some space. Okay, so a green queen would be mighty mean, but any 8 would also be great. Let's just hope they don't come too late and make us wait. So double 7s, double 5s, double 2s. Okay. Interesting spot. Perfect. Oh, I thought for sure. There we go. 8, 7, and 6. There is our third king, and temporarily we will or momentarily, my bad, we will see our fourth. As we now earn our first fat stack of the night. Isn't that sweet? Something about this limeish green just makes it that much more satisfying, seeing the cascade of colors collapse down. Tonight, as we are stuck with a jack, so let's see what we can do. 3, 4, uh-oh, no. 3 that we can use, so as good of a game as this was, just a little bit short. On to game number 3, and then we'll switch up our decks. Oh, my bad. I forgot to show you the main deck that will be given away during this giveaway. This one is one of my favorites from the early on. Look this deck up on my channel. You've probably seen a couple videos with it. It is very pleasant, and I think anyone would enjoy it just to have to play some games with. Alright, let's see what we have. Double threes. And that is it. You know what, let's go casino style shuffle. Always gives the most random shuffle for those of you who didn't know. That's why they use it inside of the casino. Even the most skilled sleight of hand experts can't manipulate cards like this. Alright, let's gather them up. Bring them together. Ooh, this one seems like it might be a little tough. There we go. And let's clear it out. Excellent start for us on this one. To go back on what I mentioned earlier, I initially wanted to do a 5-hour special. But then I thought, does anybody want a 5-hour special? Come to think of it. For myself, I know when I watch certain videos, I like to have a 5-hour plus video, just so I could come back to it later and pick up right where I left off. So would you enjoy a 5-hour type video at some point? Let me know. It would take quite a bit of time to do, obviously, but if it is something you'd be down for and wouldn't mind waiting a while for, I will definitely do it. Kinda sounds fun, the more I think on it. But for this special, it was pretty much out of the realm of possibility. But we'll see someday, won't we? That's more like it, and even better. Oh, there we go. Almost missed that 10. If I make any mistakes tonight, please make sure to let me know about them. And call me a silly dum-dum for making that mistake. So, apparently, double kings. this show us a black 5, and I don't even know what will happen. You know what? Get out of here. And we're good. Perfect. Even better. I was getting a little bit worried. It just feels like tonight we're gonna have almost every game. It's gonna be a good game. There we go. You're gonna have to help me. I'm probably gonna lose track of fat stacks at some point, just in case we get one here. We are just at 1 at the moment. Okay. And now, as soon as I say that, make it 2. As we have 1, 2 hour left. Put down that king, and lastly, this queen. Alright, I think we might be done here, as we might have just ran out of our luck with this green deck, unfortunately. So we did not have the ace of diamonds, and now it's time for a double check, as there's nowhere for that 5, 7, queen, and lastly 6. No more plays left on the field, so we move on to our next deck. So let's clean it up and see the final 5 cards left unturned. As we had nothing special. So the Green Japan deck for tonight has started us off on a good note. Very satisfying and sweet games, nothing too malicious. So let's put them back in their box. And let's move on to the next. And this one is kind of new, but still very sweet. So next to Bicycle, Tally-Ho is probably my favorite type of playing card. A nice, vibrant coloring to the decks for the back and front, as well as sometimes designs in the corners throughout the cards. Just very satisfying, with the unique ace of spades. So let's put away the jokers and promos once again and get on to our 4th game of the night. And as we do, since we are using the heart deck, I guess it's a bit appropriate to speak for mine. So, cheesiness aside, well, on second thought, here it comes. All of you out there right now in your blankets, pillows, offices, cars, wherever you may be, are all awesome and amazing to me. It's just so nice knowing that there's such an amazing group of people brought together by this silly little card game that we enjoy to help take us away and our mind into another world to distract from the everyday happenings of life, not just for you, but for me. And I really value that. I value this so much, and I hope you know how much I appreciate every one of you. And seriously, guess now's a good time for a little reminder. And besides all that mushy stuff, looks like we have ourselves a pretty good start to our fourth game. And you have to admit, these colors are just satisfying. They're not too vibrant, they're not too dull, and they hit the right notes, colors and all. What's up with us getting so many number cards? It seems like we're missing the 9s and 10s quite a bit to build upon. Okay, I thought I was missing something. Oh, I was. Wow. Interesting start. So a pink 9, a black 4, and a black 5 would be ideal. Oh, silly me. How could I not see that quicker? There we go. There's our pink 9. So at the moment we're at 2 fat stacks. I say that to remind myself as well. Okay. Alright, another 9. Oh, there it is. Now we have 3 fat stacks on the night. Pretty sweet, but you know it'd be sweeter. I think we all know what would be sweeter. Did we just... Oh, we did not, thankfully, put down that 7, 6, another 9, but we have an 8 for the, I think, 1, 2, no, that was our second play. That is our third play. So now we can place down this 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and place down that king. Thankfully, a spot for that 7, queen, and momentarily jack. And now, after this point, who knows where this game will go? Okay, here it goes. Jack. Can't play that card yet. We can, but we will be patient. And hopefully our patience will be rewarded as we put down this 10, pick up this 2 and 3, place that over there, move over that jack, and here we are. Only 9 cards left to turn over. Will we find the sweet spot as we get an 8? We can't refatten the same stack, as you know, but we do have... Oh my gosh, I already forgot. I think our 4th. My goodness, I am bad. I guess it happens when we're tired, but anyway, with that being said, we have just won our first game of the night. And would you look at that, a fairly easy win at that. So let's pick up all of our cards and get on to our first victory shuffle of our 500th Solitaire video. Boy, does that sound nice. I realized I enjoy saying that because it's the only time I could say that ever again in this one video. Next time it will be this exciting is when we are at our 600th. And then we just tick and tick even closer to that daunting 1,000. But for now, here we have all of these spades in order, ace to king, along with all of the clubs. And with that, you know, the hearts will follow, along with the diamonds. Let's do our victory shuffle. Oh, I felt like I messed it up at the end, but let's see. Oh wow, what a start. You saw that though. Oh, they keep wanting to dance off. Ace to king. Almost perfect, but we'll take it. Oh, there is a hiccup. We recover, and that's actually a very good victory shuffle, so let's double up and see if we can get some quartets or groups of 4 together. Here we go. Oh, but you know what? Can't be upset at that. So let's do a casino style and move on to our 5th game of the night for our 500th Solitaire video. I wonder how many times I'm gonna say 500 tonight. None of you better put a 500 counter to make fun of me. You know what? Make fun of me as much as you'd like then. Alright, let's play a game real quick. I want you to pick a card. I'm gonna pull one card out of the deck. And let's see who gets the right card. So for me, initially I thought 3 of clubs, but now I am thinking queen of diamonds. Here we go. Let's go. This card. For those who picked jack of spades, good for you. And for now, let's clean up our cards and move on to our 5th game. Come on, get in there. Cleared off. And let's deal it out as we have yet another great card to start our game with. So many nice starts so far. I keep looking at the top middle part of the playing cards, and I keep looking and seeing a grapefruit. I know I can't be the only one who thinks that, as we have double aces and a king down nice and early to start off unlucky. Let's see if that turns around this time through the deck. As it already looks like it is. Seven, and we wait. I believe, yes. Five, king. Good. Are you feeling another fat stack yet? Little early to say. Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. Oh, wait a second. You know what? Let's play smart and wait for the earlier jack. If we can get it. Okay, looks like we just missed it, so around we go. And there it is. And unfortunately, I think that might be it. So let's do a thorough check, as there's nowhere for that 5, nowhere for that 9, 8, 10, and lastly, 7. Our last plays are right there. Can't do any more mixing up to help ourselves out, so maybe our worst game of the night so far. Oh, wait a second. I see a 5 that could be placed down, but to my... Wait, what the heck happened there? From what I remember, we could not make a play. Anyway, yeah, just a little bit unlucky still, but at least we gave it a good shot. On to our 6th game. There has to be something, I'm guessing 2s, left under these cards, wouldn't you say? Alright, there's a 9, 8, double 9s. Not even a single 2. I guess I wasn't paying attention. Okay, game 6. Then on to our next deck. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This game, as simple as it may be, it never ceases to amaze me how many different ways you can end up at the same result. You can have 50 wins and none of them be the same. 1,000 losses and much of the same. I guess that might be this game's charm, in a way. Here we go, game number 6. Not bad. Not great yet, but definitely not bad. Double 4s, double 9s. I feel like if we get ourselves a good stack going, we're gonna win this one. I don't know why I feel that, but I just do. Well, we're starting. Something. It looks like this might be our first slow game of the night, but no issue with that. If it's slow for a while, that at least means we're making the proper plays to keep ourselves alive. Okay, we need ourselves a pink 7, and we can add a fat stack to our total. Let's go this 4, just in case we run into some kings. And there is our pink 7, and add a fat stack to the total on the night. I wonder how many we're gonna get. I feel like we do this almost every special, but who cares? Let's see where we end up our fat stacks on the night. 3, there we go. 4. I was waiting for that 3 of diamonds for a while. 5. Another king. Put down that king. Get that queen out of the way to her king. And you know what? Throw that 3 to the side as well. And we have ourselves a new game. And almost yet another fat stack on the horizon. And we just might get it. Come to think of it. Ooh, show us a 2. An ace. That's just as fine. And we for sure don't mind. Because now, hopefully, is our time to go and have our second win. As we have our second fat stack in this game. I believe that was our 3rd play. So one more time around, as there's our 9. 8, 7, 6. We have to find a spot for that 5, so let's build 2 fat stacks. Let's see if we can clinch our second win already. Go back. There's our 5. There's our 6. Throw in the others. 7, 8, 7, 7, 8, 8, 7, 8. Excellent. 2 wins down. Who knows how many to come as we finish up our little streak with our second deck. That was a mistake. as we have all of these spades in order, ace to king, along with all of the heart clubs, ace to king. This is gonna be a long night, but I'm ready for it. There are the hearts, and here are the diamonds, Lucy. So let's do our victory shuffle. And let's see how we did. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to top our first one. But we recover at the end. And that's not too bad. Queen to ace. And with that, that was the Tally-Ho Hearts deck 2023. As we move on to deck number 3, which is, oh yes, the David Blaine Gator back deck. Just get a nice look at that design. So for those of you who don't know, David Blaine is, I guess, a magician. I think he prefers the term illusionist. And he's actually, I guess, one of my favorite magicians slash illusionists out there, next to Penn and Teller. If you haven't seen his stuff, check him out. You probably have and just don't know it. If you don't know already. By the way, this deck, it's holographic and it has such an amazing texture, feel, smoothness, and fluidity throughout the whole thing. One of my favorites is my favorite for touch. I should say at this point, nothing has come to top it yet. And with that being said, let's start our 7th game of the night and see if we could add to any of our totals. I swear, the 4 of diamonds has been on the starting field too many times so far. I wouldn't mind if it were 5s, but 4s. You had your time last 100 episodes. Step aside. There we go, there's our 5. Now show us a king. There's our king. And if you could notice, there are some variations on the face cards as well. Not bad. Keep it over there just in case we get a chance at a fat stack. Another king. Interesting. Wasn't expecting that kind of turnaround after the start, but now it looks like we'll have our chance to settle regardless of these triple 3s. Well, come to think of it, triple 3s, double jacks, and double kings is a bit tough So I don't remember seeing too many kings to play. But you know what? Oh my gosh, we need to get rid of the 3. Fat stack, there we go. We had 4 threes on the field. That is just ridiculous. And you know what? Let's get rid of one of those 3s. Again, but without even realizing, we have brought back another 3 just to take it away. How cruel is that? Wow, I guess I was wrong. We do have quite a few kings in our hand. But do we have the cards we need, which are the queens? Wrong queen. King. There we go. 6. You know what? Let's do this 5 instead. Keep a little stack right there. I wasn't hoping for that. But you know what? We're still good. Perfect. Next turn will be even better. Just you watch. Put down that jack. Bring around this ace. Put down that queen. Move over this jack, and finally we crack into this large stack that's been left unturned for too long in this game. Another fat stack to our totals as well. Okay, can't do anything about that still. No, such a good game. Just out the window. Unfortunately, we can't do anything with our aces as there's nowhere for that 5. 5 once again, 7 or 6. It was a very good game, but ultimately just a little bit short. My goodness, but you can't be too upset when pretty much all of our games we've been in it until the final card. As we have double 8s once again, and that is it. Casino shuffle time. Whoa. Interesting. That was actually a very long game, wasn't it? No issue. Alright, game number 2. I was thinking while doing that, was that really just one game after all of that time? And the answer was yes. I swear, the ace of clubs has been the card of the night so far. It feels like every game we've had it down for us nice and early to help us out in our efforts. You know what? That's actually not too bad. Let's do it. Oh, wait a second. Now, let's do it. Okay. Double sevens. And that is it. Might as well at this point. It seems like this one might be a bit of a slow turnaround. Another red jack, as we have some stuff working for us right now, but we would like a little bit more. Unlucky once again. It's always interesting to me how you can have such a good game, seemingly with no issues, besides losing, of course, and then seemingly out of nowhere have a game where it's just, you know what, if we're gonna put this down, let's do it. Yeah, we should have waited. Anyway, just how quickly this game can turn around on you never ceases to amaze. 4, 5. But we might still get lucky. Only takes a couple cards to really turn things around. And here we go. Did we get those couple cards? Oh yes, there are our aces. Still waiting for that 10. But you know what? A better spot than earlier. A red 9 and putting down a red king would be perfect. But we don't always get what we'd like. So let's do our double check. As there's nowhere for that queen, 4, 10, or king. Honestly, not too bad of a game. It just didn't feel as good as it should have, at least in my opinion. Felt kind of like we knew where we're heading down, and we're just delaying the inevitable. First time on the night I feel that way about a game. Let's see if there's any nasty indicating why. Because we have double 9s, double queens, triple 9s, triple queens, and that's probably why. Maybe it's like something to a sixth sense at this point. You probably have it too. I wasn't even thinking about the number of cards we had, but I think subconsciously we might identify the missing pieces in the puzzle. Really, triple queen. because that makes no sense. But apparently, it was right there. Alright. Last game with this deck. Let's see if we can add a number to our totals. I think we will. And here we go. Game number 9. I swear, we always have a 4 in our starting deal. I wonder what the odds are of that. 9 games, 7 cards down, each game having a 4 to start. At least it feels like that. So 7 of 13. No, 1 of... Yeah, okay, yeah. My brain can't work that way right now. 1 if you could do it. Alright, here we go. The battle is on. Oh wow, lots of kings early. Will this be a good thing or a bad thing? At the moment, we're looking good. Very, very good. Okay. Wow. This might be... Well, I'll just shut up and let's find out. Okay. How are you feeling after that one? I'm feeling pretty good, especially landing on that jack at the end. But then again, too many of one card early typically isn't a good sign, as that is the end of our 9th game so quickly. Such a promising start to appear, but ultimately nowhere for that 6, 7, double 5, 4, double 4, and jack. Well, on to our next deck. 3 decks down, 7 to go. You know how this works. But first, let's see which cards were left unturned. In this one, as we have double 6s, double 10s, double 8s, double 3s, double 9s, double 7s, triple 6s. Okay, that is our worst game of the night, as we only had an ace and queen that were not with something nasty. So, that was the David Blaine Gatorback holographic deck. Very cool. One of my favorite control-wise, but we must move on to the next. And let me grab those real quick. Next, we have the foil back gold deck. This one is just a very sweet and simple treat. I remember I was looking through trying to find some new decks for the channel. Just look at that. So nice. So simple. So I was going through eBay for a bit just to see if I could find any decent, relatively cheap decks. And I found this. I'm a big fan of the there's a foil to the touch. And I think I got this for about $15. And it's fairly old, but I got it brand new. And tonight, it is up to bat, as we have a very smooth start with a king of clubs. I'd like to take a moment to say welcome back to those of you who are watching this for more than the first time. Glad you're working your way through the 500th special. Those of you still awake the first time, I hope you fall asleep very, very soon. Let's get this game going, as we have a decent start, and it looks like a red queen and a red 8 would be just right. That ace will for sure help in the long run as we clear out an early pesky 2. Good. Well, it looks like we might not get a fat stack in this game, but if we can get a win, it is well worth it. I had an interesting thought probably a couple minutes ago. And I was thinking about maybe our next special, our 600th, being all new decks. How does that sound? To me, it's always going to sound fun. I think we might actually do that. But if you think it's a good idea, let me know. I'm trying to think of a variety off the top of my head, but I don't know why I'm doing that. That is about 100 days away, as we have a nice little flurry of plays to build upon, as we just miss a fat stack, but we are heading in the right direction. Now the only worry is, can we get some black aces? Alright, not many cards left in our hand, so we better get a little lucky, and lucky we get. Good. A red king, or a red 8, a black 5. There we go. And if we get lucky, red 8, that 3 will be just as fine, as we now have 3 kings of a kind, helping ourselves out to the left, as our stacks continue to grow. There's our last king, and it looks like we're still waiting. Let's hold on to this actually. It might help us out soon. And it looks like it won't. So let's build what we can. Move that 5 diamonds was headed on the clubs. We're heading towards that club. 6. What are we stuck with? 8 of spades and a 10 of clubs. Oh, the answer is right there. Come on. Ooh. And we actually somehow managed to get another fat stack. Good for us. Now let's see if we have a chance at adding a victory. It's gonna be close, I'll tell you that. 6. That clears up a 7. That clears up another 7 to move. Here we go. 8. Alright, so we'd go back 3 cards. And yes, we did it. Another win to our totals. A very smooth one at that. Here we go. Let's head towards another victory shuffle as we add a fat stack and a win with this golden deck. And here we have all of these spades, ace to king, and you know what that means. All of the clubs to follow. Next, we have all of the hearts with all of the diamonds. Let's do it. Good start. Very good start, and half of the deck is matched. Very good with our victory shuffles tonight so far. Heart, diamond, heart, diamond, heart, diamond, heart, diamond, heart, diamond, heart, diamond. Almost perfect throughout. Now let's see how our black cards did. Instantly. Do we recover? With the aces, isn't that interesting? How half of the deck is pretty much perfect, and then the second part, not nearly. Well, let's give it a nice, simple casino shuffle, and move on to our next game with this deck. While shuffling this up, I was thinking to myself, what would be my favorite deck of the night? And honestly, I have no clue. They've all been so satisfying in their own way. And then I thought, I wonder what your favorite deck would be and why. since there's pretty much a good solid case for each of the cards and a little case against, I would say the only decent case against this deck is that it might be a little bright, but it does contrast the surrounding colors quite well, if you ask me. Good start. Get that king down to our left. Start our building. 2 aces out early. And what else do we have? Let's find out. Almost had triple jacks. My oh my. That's a little surprising. Well, that's interesting. Quadruple tens. Now I don't know where this game is headed. Interestingly enough, each of the hearts are paired with a spade, and each of the spades are paired with a heart. Now, if we were to be very, very nitpicky about a perfect game, it would be all the spades and all of the hearts together, while at the same time having the separation between the aces and all 4 fat stacks. If that ever happens, that would be ridiculous and satisfying in the best ways, and that 8 breaks that little streak, but who cares? We're trying to win. Ooh, the only 2 not accounted for. And with that too, it looks like that is the end of our second game with this deck. So we dance around the quadruple tens for a bit, but couldn't get much further, as there's nowhere for that 4, 2, 8, 6, or 5. Queens would have been nice, and a red 8, but you know what? We already have a win with this deck. But now let's get a little greedy and try to add some fat stacks, and maybe another. Double 8s makes sense. Double 7s also makes sense, and double 2s. Last game, let's hope we could end with shining colors on this one. You know what? Let's do it. $28, $27, $26, $25, $24, $23, $22, $21, $20, $19, $18, $17, $16, $15, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know what? I'm not upset about this at all. At least, not yet, as we get triple sixes. How funny. This has the makings of a very, very short game. And we are doing our best to fight that. Yeah, as if we need another 6 at the moment. Add a jack. Interesting. Very interesting. There we go. And that card right there just saved our butts. For this game, it gives us the best possible chance for the next round ahead, as I know of at least a couple plays. Make that 3 plays that we will be able to make. And there is number 1. Number 2. That's a surprise, and we will take it. But that is 3 plays so far. The 4th one will for sure be known once we get there. There we go. And here is the other one I was referring to. So a nice bounce back from that start. And now I see that we have triple tens. And of course the 2 pairs of 2s that do not help us in the slightest. Erasing one of our doubles on the field with not a warm welcome. And with that play right there, we end this deck's series for the night, as there's nowhere for that 2, 8, 7, and lastly 6. Not a bad game, just too many obstacles to work around. Let's see which cards kept us from having a shot at 2 with this deck. Double 5s. Sorry, I blacked out for a second. Double 3s or triple 3s I meant. Double 9s, double jacks. I was deep in thought. And on that note, let's put away our deck back in its little box and move on to our next fun one. The Spectrum deck. I'll do a little preview of how it's supposed to be. So you get the idea, all the cards are random. There is a blueprint to make them in the proper order. And I will show you that order very soon. Let's see if I could do this quickly. So let's try this out. We'll do every card in order to try and make it quick. And the 8 would be there for Alright, that's done. So now we have to match each of these cards in this order. So, Ace of Clubs with the 4 of Hearts. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit. 7 of Spades, 10 of Diamonds, and the King of Clubs. 3 of Hearts, 5 of Spades. No, the 6 of Spades, 9 of Diamonds, if it likes to come out, Queen of Clubs, 2 of Hearts. Don't worry, the first time will be the slowest. 5 of Spades, 8 of Diamonds, and the Jack of the Clubs. Next, Ace of Hearts, 4 of Spades, 7 of Clubs. Whoa, little bit of Butterfingers. Oh, my bad. 7 of Diamonds. Interesting mix-up. 10 of Clubs, King of Hearts, 3 of Spades, 6 of Diamonds, 9 Clubs, Queen Hearts, 2 Spade, 5 Diamond, 8 Club, and Jack of Hearts. Next, last real effort, Ace of Spades, 4 of Diamonds, 7 of Clubs, 10 of Hearts, King of Spades, 3 of Diamonds, 6 of Clubs, 9 of Hearts. Come to think of it, this is very meticulous. Would you have the patience to do this? I remember, as a kid, I would always like to put my decks back in order, from Spade, Diamond, to Club, Heart, and that's how I do it, Ace to King each way, with the suits facing the proper direction. 6, Queen, 2, 5, 8, 9, and if we did everything correctly, let's put away the jokers, and here we go. Oh, it is worth it. Let me do that one more time. See if I can make it better. Yeah, that is pretty satisfying. Alright, now that we organized it, let's shuffle it up. Yeah, isn't that something? I initially thought, why would they need to randomize the cards? seconds to realize, oh, of course, if all the cards were in a rainbow order, then you could easily tell. For example, the red would be at the end, so if it's a red or orangish card towards that color, you would have a heart. If it's yellow to, I don't know how the rainbow goes, green is probably a club, and so on. So it's easier for those cheaters to pick up the patterns, at least that way. You'd have to memorize more than just the rainbow to figure out how to get the edge. Interesting seeing the slight difference in shade in cards. I guess we can work with this start, and that 10 right there will probably prove to be a big factor moving forward. Let's find out if it is. So far, I don't think I've missed a play. Now, obviously, if I were to miss it, I wouldn't really know. But I haven't really caught myself doing a double check. Or like putting this down like, oh wait, there we go. That type of thing. So I think we're good at this point. As we have triple aces to help out, and now we really need a king. So we have a chance to build down on any of these, and it looks like a red king would be the preferred choice. Definitely at this point. Alright, black 8 and a red 7 as well. Well, we're close to a red 7. Not sure with the black 8. Uh-oh. And it looks like we did not have a chance to make anything special happen. As there's nowhere for that queen, nowhere for that 4, 10, 5, 7, or 9. Okay. Yep, all we could do is place that 2. Now let's move on to our second game with this deck. All of that build up for such a quick first game. You know what? Let's do another casino shuffle after we find out which cards are left unturned. Double queens. Double kings. Double 8s. Triple kings. The card that we needed. Alright. Let's casino shuffle this up. Now for those of you who enjoy doing your fractions, let me know the chance, or let all of us know the chance of completely randomly, I guess that's right, casino shuffling these cards in perfect sequential order from before. And if I'm not mistaken, to solve that problem, you would need to do this. So we have 52 cards. So it would be a 1 in 52 chance chance starting exactly with the one card we need on the bottom. So it would be 1 in 52 to the 52nd power, I believe. Now somebody check me on that. Alright, I think we're good now. And it does not look like we randomly made this into the perfect order. Very similar. I guess I feel tonight we're having lots of 8s and 6s to start. I don't know if that's a good or bad sign. Quite yet. Okay. That's more like it. Now let's hope. Oh my gosh. What did I say? Triple sixes once. Again. Now I'm worried. Nope. Oh wait. There we go. That's the first time. And I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking in a different area at that moment. That was pretty bad. On the bright side, we have all 4 aces. But on the not so bright side, it looks like we don't have many plays to fill in there. I'm really surprised I let that almost slip. What would you call that? I guess I would call that a hiccup. A momentary lapse in judgment. And unfortunately, we cannot move beyond the 666 deficit, as there's nowhere for that 7, 4, king, king once again, 10, and lastly 8. How unfortunate. 4 aces wasted. So quickly we move through onto our final game with this deck. And left unturned, we have double queens, double 2s, double 9s, triple 2s, triple queens. So actually quite a bit of nasty. 17, 11, 8, 'And when you know it, once again, double sixes, at the moment at least. Nice. Not nice on that note already. Oh, my mistake. Why would I put the ace right there? That's not how we do it. Better. Alright, so we have decent card gapping, but we don't have enough variety at the moment. And once again, 4 aces, so let's just put all in on those aces so we don't get left high and dry like last time. Okay. All right. Improvements are being made. Lots of improvements. Now we have triple fives. Can we rid ourselves of this in another 6? It's as if we cannot shake them in now. Quadruple fives. I guess for the middle part of this special, quadruples are the issue. We at least need, oh, a fat stack's pretty far-fetched at this point. We need something. We can't have a deck be a dud. You know what? Let's hold that card back, since it wouldn't do us any good. I know we could move a 6, but it's not quite necessary, and now it is. King. Thank goodness. Is there a spot for this too? Or will we lose our opportunity at a fat stack? Nowhere for that 2 on the field, so it finds a home. As well as that 4. Again, we don't need to move that 6 quite yet. Nowhere for that jack, queen, or 4. So how I just saw it, I think we just lost. Since we missed the 3 of hearts, we don't have a red 3, so therefore we can't build on those stacks as far as putting down this 5. No 6 of spades to be seen. And just for our own purposes, let's put the nail in the coffin. And no place left to make. At least we had a good run at the end. A good game to end this Dex night. And with this game officially being left unturned. And you know what? Let's put these back in order, so I'm just kidding. I got some of you have to admit. So that was the Spectrum Riderback deck. And now we're back with the Tally-Ho theme of the Summer Fan. It looks a little loud, but it looks nice. Trust me. So that is our back design, but our front design, on the other hand, is just a nice balance of green and blue. Wouldn't you say? Alright, let's shuffle up our deck and continue on with our journey. Game number 16 coming up. It feels like it's actually gone somewhat fast. Now that may be because our last special was 4 hours, but still, I wouldn't think it'd be this quick. I don't know, maybe my tiredness is just putting me in some form of delirium. Whoa. Speaking of tiredness, motor functions slightly starting to give on the most magnified level, I suppose. It starts at the fingers and toes, wouldn't you know, and it works its way in. I'm fine, don't worry, I'm just playing it up a bit. Just letting the sleepiness consume me so I could be more calming, relaxing, soft, and as sweet as I can be. Gosh, this green and yellow is making me want to go for a nice Coca-Cola Sprite or Pepsi Sierra Mist. No, my bad, Starry. That sounds incredibly refreshing right now. Do you know what's nice about a Sprite is that when you're sleepy, like a Diet Sprite, don't have a regular Sprite when you wake up. It's just nice and refreshing instantly. Besides that, we have ourselves a 555 start. So again, lots of repeats in our middle games. Okay, not sure where this is gonna go. We do have some room to work with. It's just if we get that one card that makes or causes a chain reaction. Is this the card? Is the 7 of spades that card? Guess we'll have to wait and find out just a little bit longer. Seven You're still keeping alive. Alright, Queen, what is under you? And what can save us? A4. A4 helps bring back. Oh wow. We have a chance at a fat stack. It feels like it's been a long couple of minutes since then. Of course, another low card we can't do much with. And just like that, our hoops for this one go out the metaphorical window, as there's nowhere for that 9 and pair of jacks. Lots of low cards this time around. Double threes, double twos, triple kings. Strong start, though, we have to admit, with this deck. And we're officially in to our second half of our special, our 500th special, as we have double aces, double tens. Double nines and double sevens. For those of you crazy enough to be counting the 500s at this point, I'm going to make your job a little harder. I'm going to start sneaking in some 500s along the way, so you miscount your 500s. Some will be obvious, some won't be. Kind of hard to miss a 500, but who knows, maybe you've already missed a couple already. But don't keep a tally next to you, that would be cheating. It's not hard to count to 500, or count the 500s that I'm saying. But don't get confused with the 500s and 400s, 300s, 500s, and 100s. Okay, that was bad. Alright, enough of that 500 talk. Let's move on to our second game with the Summer Fan Tally-Ho deck. Summer Fan. I've heard of that before. I guess I'm familiar with that phrase. A boring phrase to me. An interesting phrase. What I like to do in the summer. Yes, a little summertime ramble. Back in my younger days, I would always look forward to the summer, mainly for the absence of school. School, in my adolescence and development, was not, it was in a transitional phase between the older philosophy and the newer philosophy of how you should raise your students to be. And I did not agree with it or like it too much. I wasn't a rebellious little jerk or anything. Not like there's any problem with that, looking back at it. But it was just kind of boring for me. So, I would pretty much just wait for every break we would have to just have a chance away and hang out with some friends. And then the next school year would always be filled with these wild, unrealistic stories, triple nines by the way, of kids trying to one-up each other with what they did over summer break. And I always got a good laugh out of that. It's egocentrism at its finest. So you just go along the playground and hear kids saying, oh yeah, well I went to Disney World, not Disneyland. I went to Six Flags. Six Flags is better than Disney World. I went to New York. I went to Florida. makes sense. I went on a cruise, then I went to Australia. Like, it would be just adding on to what the previous kid said, as it looks like that is the end to this game. And it really got kinda ridiculous, to the point where kids were saying they were in movies. They knew celebrities, they had celebrities. Their parents knew celebrities and had them over for dinner. Double tens, 3, 4, 6, 8, jack, nowhere to go. And we'll be right back. Just kind of funny looking back at that. I think I didn't do this much. I stopped after first grade, but the only lie, or I guess it's a lie, I would one-up my classmate was in first grade. After Christmas break, double kings, double aces, double sevens, double sixes, and double fives, quite a bit. The only lie I told a classmate was, we got a TV for Christmas, and then she responded, we did too. How big was your TV? And I just said, I don't know. Big. And then she said, oh yeah, well mine's bigger. And I thought, okay, interesting. I wonder where this will go. So then, at the time, this was not possible to the commercial or retail market. And I said, well, my TV can play 2 shows at once or 2 movies at once. You could do 2 different things on the TV. And she said, oh yeah, well mine can do 3. I was like, oh really? Okay. So, going with the logic there, splitting a screen in half wouldn't make much sense on a full screen TV. You'd have that much frame as this phone or computer you have. For reference, maybe TV, whichever you're on. And back before TiVo, if you even know what that is or remember, was a thing. This girl was saying that she could split her, oh my gosh, already with the 9s, 999. She was saying she could split it up to 4, because I pointed out you can't split a TV in 3, it wouldn't make sense. And she said, oh yeah, I forgot, it can do 4. And right there, I knew not to trust that girl about anything, and I think it helped me in elementary little feuds of other kids. I was like, whatever. Just be silly. I just want to play with my Legos and baseball cards. Were you ever a kid to say or one-up your classmates without it being true? I feel like it was just a natural part of growing up. Whether you did it once or all the time, I bet we could all look back on when we did and just laugh. And just kind of also laugh at what we believed to be true. I think another one I heard was, I met the toys from Toy Story. Yeah. You met the toys from Toy Story, and they talked to you. I guess you could have from Disneyland. But usually it's like, nuh-uh, no way. You just went to Disneyland, and they would go, no, nuh-uh. I met them in person at their house, and that was always the big thing, at their house. Everyone's like, whoa, nuh-uh. And I swear, it's just so funny how kids' minds can just go away with them. Anyway, what was I talking about? Just, yeah, I remember now. Just kids having fun, being kids. Ooh, yeah, we can't do anything yet. Actually, I do remember one more story I will share with you, as it looks like we're winding down in this game unless we hit a lucky spot. You know what, let's just go for it at this point. It's not giving too much hope the way things are moving along, as now we have double sixes, double sevens, double nines. So at my elementary school, these are just mainly elementary stories since I was at my silliest as a little kid. There would be a movie night almost annually, just about annually, I would say. And typically it would be something where it would be spend the night at school, which I always thought was a ridiculous idea. You know, my disdain for school by these stories. Triple nines, no, no, no. Anyway, so you get the idea, spend the night at school, bring your sleeping bag type thing. Movies, like at the carnival or something, just lots of little silly themes that weren't really carnivals or circuses, but just a slightly decorated cafeteria or amphitheater, decorated to let the kids' imaginations run wild. I never really went to them because I'd rather just stay home, sleep, play with my friend who didn't go as well, type thing, as it looks like that is the end to this game. So let's do a thorough check, as there's no 5 of diamonds, no 7 of clubs. Here we go. Nowhere for that queen, king, 10 or 10. I'll try wrapping this up as we go through this one. So, on this night, I believe it was around 3rd grade, we had a movie night at the baseball field, which was outside, and it started at like 8:30 or 9, and for kids, that's very, very late in elementary school. It was always a point of bragging when your bedtime was, type of thing. So, double queens, double tens, and double jacks, that will have to wait as we wrap up our summer fan deck. Oh wow, that one was clunky. Just like those games. A nice deck, unfortunately, couldn't be used to its fullest potential as it goes down in its box. And we move on to our next contestant. I said I love him. The Metallics Red Bicycle deck. And if you've been around this channel for a while, chances are you've seen this one come up time and time again. A solid red for a nice, sweet accent with a standard front. Let's shuffle these up. Let's go casino to start, why not? So back to 3rd grade movie theater night. Outside on a baseball field. Bunch of kids with some parents. Probably one parent for every 3 kids about in ratio. Movie playing, kids going in groups. And I remember I was really bored of the movie, and I thought, you know what? Can we scare anybody? And so this girl came up to me, and we're just talking about how it was boring. And then some people, you know, have a little bit more of a creative imagination, or are scared of things. You know, people have their little fears growing up. Everyone does. And my little jerk self thought, let's see if I can scare her. So I told her, I think I saw some motion coming from the far, far distant opposite end of the field. And for side, we had a track in between and another couple baseball fields. So about, what's that, 600 feet or so. Remember small baseball fields. So I told her I thought I saw some motion, and she's like, no way, no, you're just kidding, right? And lucky enough for me, in my little sadistic, childlike joke, I think someone had just came in from that entrance, and it was nighttime, just so you remember. And come to think of it, that night was incredibly unsafe. Looking back at it with the amount of supervision, darkness, and room kids had to move around in. Not smart. They're probably done doing that. Anyway, told her that she saw that motion, and then I ran with the idea that it was a zombie. As we have triple fours to start, alright? Quadruples, now triples. That's the tone as we continue. So, she got scared. She was pale-ish in the face. She then left, told her friends what she saw, and that person apparently was still walking fairly slow towards our direction. And she was freaking out, and her friends were freaking out as well. I kind of feel bad about it now, but I'm trying to think about it in a funny way. And it is kind of funny how things lined up to be in my favor to play a little mean joke on a friend. But it's not like anything came of it. Funny enough, I think I just left after 15 minutes because I got bored. Only things that can happen before the times of smartphones everywhere, I suppose. Okay, back to the games now. That was a long story. Or is longer than it should have been. We're having some tough luck. We're falling on hard times. Triple fours, double tens. Never mind. We need some kings. And we just need some things to work out for us. There's one king. Yay. Bringing the queen along. Oh wow. Do we hear a fat stack in our future? Oh my gosh, another 4. We can't catch a break, I swear. I was about to mention, I'm at the point where I'm tired enough to where I'm getting hungry. Does that happen to anyone else? I think it's kind of weird. Sometimes I try sleeping and I can't sleep because I'm hungry. It's not like I'm really hungry. Let's say I've been asleep for, oh no, yay, a fat stack, finally. Another one to our total. Where was I? Oh yes, talking about hunger. So, I'm sometimes asleep for like 6 hours or so, and then I'm trying to sleep at least 2 more hours, but my stomach's just rumbling, and it seems I wake up probably, I guess, 10 times in the same hour, and my body's telling me, hey idiot, go get some food, aren't you hungry? Another fat stack. Well, would you look at this? So, I, of course, don't listen, and I try sleeping through it. And I keep myself in a little state of annoyance for the next 2 hours. Just because I don't want my body's internal clock to win for whatever reason. I know why. I don't want to get cold. And with that, we have nowhere for that jack and nowhere for that jack. Time to build what we can and see where it will take us. And at the moment, for sure, guarantees one play. Well, come back to this jack as we go 1, 2, 3. Drop over this 10 and 5. Now we really need. What do we need? I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. Guess we'll find out. We really need, or needed, the 3 of clubs, as now there's nowhere for that 8, and no other play left unless, nope, no 7 of spades. Oh, wait a second, and this is why we always double check 7 of hearts before we play it. Is there anything we could do? No. Now, that is officially the end to this game, as we can't access that 8 of hearts without another black 9. Dang, just perfect enough for us not to get it. Wow. But what a first game with this deck, you have to admit. A good bounce back, 2 fat stacks, only 4 cards left unturned. Let's hope our luck is on the up for the remainder of our 500th special. That was kind of quick. I don't even know what cards were left unturned. Can you tell I'm tired at this point as a card flies out of my hand? If you're gonna get yourself a deck of cards, I recommend this one right here. It's very durable. I played with it quite a bit. It still has that brand new feeling, but also that feeling of breaking a deck of cards with the amount of comfort and control that you possess while shuffling, as, of course, as if on cue. I make a little mistake, but no matter of it. What's this game number? I think 20 or so. If it is the 20th game, we are 2/3 through our special after this one. Good sign so far. No 9s, 6. No, your video didn't freeze. I'm just upset. Do you know how many times that happens while we play this game? Oh my gosh. Too often. You know what? I'll be right back. I'm gonna... Give me a moment. Alright. All I needed to do was just take a quick little walk around to just take a breath after that. Of course, what did I say when we started? If you go back 50 seconds, at least we don't have any 9s, 6s, or 4s zeros. And what do we have? Triple sixes and double fours. But we should be happy. This is, after all, the 500th video special. My goodness. You just can't make certain things up. And it had to be triple sixes once again. Is that our, like, what? Third, fourth, maybe even fifth time on the night? Thank you. Thank you again. Okay, so recap after the first round. Still have triple sixes, double fours, double twos, double queens. That is incredibly rough. Come on now. Don't do us like that. Of course, we're gonna have one of those games. It's bound to happen, as we have nowhere for that king. 8, 3, 4. Oh, that 4. 10, 2, or 7. Now let's just take a quick peek at what's underneath each card. Where did you go? 9, 10. Okay, so we had 1, 2, 3 8s, 1, 2, 2 9s, 1, 2, 3, 4 10s, all 4 10s, and double 3s, double 7s. My goodness gracious. We got massacred. Someone get us a doctor. That burn hurts. Let's see which cards are left unturned. It has to be something sneaky. Double 5s, double jacks, double 9s, triple jacks, double 7s, triple 5s, double kings, double aces, and that is it. We are conditioned to say that is it after that. And we move on to our 21st game as we officially surpass the 2/3 marker of our 500th video. I swear, every time I say of our 500th video, I feel like Vito Corleone on this, the day of my daughter's wedding, type statement on the 500th video, on this 500th video. You get it? Alright, quick little pause right now. I'm actually genuinely curious, as always, how many of you have seen The Godfather? Don't even say anything. Just make a quote. Actually, yeah, say something. Quote it. Put an emoji. Whatever you think of when you hear The Godfather. And I know there are lots of quotes you could put down there. How about this? I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. If you are already entered into the giveaway and you put a Godfather quote that you know, and the obscurer the better, you get extra entries by 3, so it's worth 3 extra each, so it drastically increases your chances. Just a little extra sugar to that offer right there. I'm telling you, it's an offer you can't refuse, and if you do, you just better forget expressions, especially since it's just a whispered voice. So I was about to say, at least we're having a good game. But come to think of it, this isn't a good game. Double fives, double tens, double sevens. It's just last game we got so messed up. We're all out of whack. Thank you very much. Even better. Dang it, I shouldn't have said Corleone. Now I want some pizza. Triple nines, oh my god. Oh my goodness, someone give me a calzone and then cannoli. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm good. I took in my breaths. I closed my eyes. And we're off. Just forget about it. Alright. We really need some eights. And I don't remember seeing many. Oh, there's one we just missed. Thank you for something. We feel so honored to take the scraps. And when you know it, I think we just reached our conclusion with this deck. But just to be sure, we must exhaust our options. And look at this. Nowhere for that 5, but here's where it comes in. Nowhere for that jack. Make it 2 jacks. Nowhere for that jack, and nowhere for that 10. Triple jacks. Sometimes you just want to shout, and no other plays on the field. And you know what's even more of a kicker? Just wait till we flip over these cards, and you'll see a little extra treat as we have 1, double 3s, double 8s. Where's our triplet? Triple 8s, double queens. And that is it. Red Metallics deck, you had your fun. You misled us with a strong first game, but now we're glad to move on. At least I am. What a start. A sad finish. Well, there was the Metallics red deck. A little bit different tempo, color, as we have the Grid 2.0 deck. I don't have the effects needed to make this deck really shine, quite literally, but you'll get the idea. Looks like we won last time, as we have them in a good order. Nice designs, variation on the regular that we're used to. So let's shuffle them up and move on through our 500 video. Now this deck is somewhat glow in the dark, I think they said, where the description is, under a black light it will shine. That quite cool. I wonder how that would look doing a video with just a black light. Come to think of it, I wonder why they call it a black light. Alright, we're going to give it 3 more shuffles since it is a relatively new deck by winning standards. Okay, here we go. Give it a couple cuts. Clear up the field. Game number 22. Here we come. A lovely start. That's a lot of diamonds so far. But you know what? That's good enough for us. We have an ace early. Adding on to it. Put down a 3. 6, 5, 4, 3 at that. Not 1, but 2 kings down on their own, with a third one waiting. Double aces, and make that a 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 run for us. Add a 2, and it's even better. Add a red 8, and we are in good company in this one. The reason why I picked this deck is earlier I said I wanted to do like a little cyber thing. You get a little bit of that with this deck, but also if you look at the face cards, I get a little bit of a Joker feeling. And that's pretty nice. Pretty comforting. Ooh, that's not good. There we go. A red queen is what we want for another fat stack. And there she is. And with her coming down, 3 kings have the floor. Fat stack officially added to our total. And let's see where we can go next in this game. Get out of here, 3. Same with you, Jack. Don't come back. Put down that 9 and we'll be fine. I mean 10. There's that 9. I just rhymed. And good positions. And there's the ace of hearts to add on to everything. Okay. I know we have another play coming up. There she is. And since we have our fat stack already, let's build up before we bring down 7, place it. 4. You know what? What else can we do? 4. Yes. 5. Nowhere for you. Uh-oh. Wouldn't this be something? Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, and another 5. Oh, yeah. 9. Put down that 10, and we will be right back with, if I'm not mistaken at this point, another win. There is our 9. I confused myself. What just happened? A win just happened. That's what happened. And there's our 10. So let's stack up the 8s. Bring in the 9s. Flip that card. And we will have to wait to see our queen of diamonds. Another victory to our total. Another fat stack along the way. Now on to a much needed victory shuffle. As here we have all of these spades, ace to king, with all of the clubs, ace to king, the hearts, and diamonds. Here we go. A little chunky, but you know what? All of the reds are together. Let's get another look. Actually, not too bad. Surprisingly chunky. That would be an awful tagline for a soup. Campbell's new chicken noodle soup, or cream of chicken, surprisingly chunky. Ugh, that's nasty. Okay. Not too bad. You know what? Let's see if we can make any quartets with this shuffle. As we have 4 kings. Do we have anything else? I'm guessing our best bet will be the aces. 4 kings and 4 aces. We got something that's cool enough for us. And finally we got a win. Feels like it's been 18 minutes since then. And that's just a guess. It's probably been more like 40. But who knows? You know. I don't. Not yet, at least. Was that our first game with this deck? I feel like it was. What a start. I was thinking while doing that, was that really our first game? Did it really go that long? And I don't remember losing with this deck, so it must be. Are you ready? Whoa. What happened there? Looks like we got a mid-deal shuffle. Typically, we accidentally flip one, but that never happens before. Or that has never happened before, I should say. Properly. And that little mistake seems to have made us at least one play. As once again, here come the fours. I always like having a clean shuffle because it feels like after you decide to deal and something changes, that the game was manipulated somehow, whether it's positive or negative. Even in this instance, where theoretically nothing changed, even though the cards moved places very minimally, we would not have known which card would have been where after or before it's been flipped. One of those little conundrums that are just minorly irritating, but minor irritations, in my opinion, are the worst irritations. There we go. What do we need? A red 4 would be a red 3. I guess a king works. A red 4 and a red 3 for you and me. Let's wait and see. Black queen, come on. You know what I just realized? Something you've probably been knowing for a bit. Yeah. But you know what? We're still good. Oh my gosh, of course, one of the most annoying cards. That is actually the worst card we could have drawn, since there's no card we could have played before to help that case of playing it. And it only needs an ace. It can't get a 3 since we don't have a 3. And that pesky little 2 has cost us our second game with this deck, as there's nowhere for that 5. Jack. Jack, once again. 6. 10. And lastly, king. So we move on to our third game with this deck. Mixed signals so far, but let's find out where it lies. And our next one is we have, where are you? I know you're there. Double kings, double queens, triple queens, double aces, and quadruple queens. It wouldn't be a special without the appearance of the killer queens. And those queens look extra fierce this time. feels like we've done, I feel 80% sure we've done 2 games. But also, I feel like that extra 20%, we might have done 3 already. I think we'll be good. I think we're fine. And with that being said, let's move on to our final game with this deck. I swear those long games when you're tired just feel extra long. And they kind of mess you up. But it was worth it for the win. As we have... Oh, I just realized it was a 6. Let's just hope we don't turn over a 6 right now. Oh, thank goodness. That's amazing that we didn't have that bad. My gosh. Whatever. Someone give me the data on that, the statistics. It's as if it's on cue. Sometimes I know there were kind of 2 pauses and a 9. And a 9. 2 pauses there, but one was in anticipation of it being instantaneous, but it kind of teased us with a delayed reaction. So double 6s and double 9s to start. Add double aces to that equation. Throw in an 8. Double 8s. Jack. 10, 9, 8, 7. And an ace. Triple aces. 7. 6. And even if only for a moment, we've had triple 6s again. If one of you's determined enough to go back and count after this is over how many triple 6s we've had, good on you. I would buy you a cookie if I can. A good cookie, like a brownie cookie. Or maybe a bazooki cookie, if you don't know what that is. It's a big cookie, probably about that big, topped off with some ice cream. And it's a hot cookie, so the ice cream melts inside to make an extra gooey texture that just celebrates in the mouth all the senses. One card away from adding another one. Can we get it? I know we have that too. I'm just curious to see what happens if we go through this one. There it is. Another fat stack. And it is out of necessity. Alright. Here we go. Alright. That, I guess, is a solution to a problem that didn't need to be solved. But it at least helps us get to that 10, as we are another card away from yet another fat stack. And if we get, oh my gosh, a 9. And if we get that black 2, we be fat stacking, yo. But not yet. Oh wow. Surprise. Surprise. 3. Transfer over. A 10. Any 10. Any 10. Okay, one more time. Any 10. Well, muffins. Here we go. Nowhere for that queen. And nowhere for that jack. Can we build any further? Unfortunately, it does not seem as if we can. Double nines, double eights, triple kings, double threes. Nowhere for that queen or jack. And we move on to our next deck, and I don't believe it. We had double queens and double jacks in our hand, and on each one, it wouldn't help. Well, that's just how this game is sometimes. We added a fat stack, just missed another, and now we're down to our final 2 decks of our 500 special. Boy, do we love marathons. Girl, do we love marathons. Double sevens. Alright, let's put them back in their box. Thank you for the win and Fat Stacks Grid 2.0. And here we go. Our next contestant, the 9th deck, the Slurpee Purple deck. Such a sweet addition. If you ask me, the purple and yellow combo, the coloring, the face cards, just how could you go wrong? Alright, you got the idea on this one. Let's shuffle it up and deal it out. These Slurpee cards, I have quite a few now, are just some of my favorite altogether. Honestly, their quality is a bit lacking. They're quite stiff and consistently bent in the other direction. But their designs and just complements of one another would really do it. $501 Dalmatians. Ooh, what are you gonna do with that one? That's a tough one, isn't it? You made up your mind already, didn't you? Alright, guess you did. And with that, let's start our first game with this purple, pleasant, pleasing, partially perfect deck. See what I mean with the purple and yellow? I'm happy with that start. Not 1-6 to be, oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say. It's as if I'm planning it. It's as if I know it's coming. I don't, I swear. It just happens. And the fact that it happens so frequently makes you wonder if it's even real. It must be some sort of dream, nightmare-filled dream. And the nightmares are the 6s, the 4s, and the 9s. And the dream is the experience that we're sharing together. You know, just the peace and love, man. Okay. Let's hope we can add a play. Maybe get to a black queen. Probably won't. And keep this game my language is foul right now, so I apologize. But everything looked good until that card reared its ugly, curvy little face at us, as we have double jacks. Left unturned, double tens, double fours, double nines, double aces. Are you gonna stop? Thank you. Oh, triple fours, great. Triple tens and double queens. It was a rough one. And now, you know what? Let's go another casino shuffle. I wonder if that does us any good. Alright, let's play pick a card. Let's see who gets lucky. So the first card that came to me was King of Spades, then Two of Spades. So just to make sure, let's place our bets, spread them out, and pick our card. Oh, that's not it. So if that was your card, that must have sucked. Nine of... Do you know what I just realized? The two cards that were flipped were a 9 and 6. And just testing fate. Okay, Jack and a 7. 4, oh, and the Queen. 8 and a 9. Okay, so it was a high ratio, but still, what the heck? Right, I feel like it's thoroughly shuffled now. No idea where one any card may be. So game number 2 with this deck, and I believe game number 25 total. Here we go. Ah, yes, a sight for sore eyes, Mr. King of Diamonds. Oh, not you. Anybody but you. You dirty dog. Oh my goodness. Somebody, were these not the exact same cards that we flipped when we were doing our shuffle? These 6 and 9. And a 4. And a 4. My goodness gracious. I need to go to bed. But 5 more games. 5 more games. And if you're awake at this point, how are you doing? I hope you're fairly sleepy. Another little check-in for those of you who keep coming back to finish this and fall asleep along the way. Let's hope you get at least another night, maybe 2, of rest from this marathon of a video. And I know since you've watched this in a bit of a scattered viewpoint, there have been lots of 6s and 9s, haven't there? And for those of you who are somehow watching this or experiencing this as I am in a go, it is quite ridiculous at this point. But you know what? That's not going to stop us. We're going to power through and have our fun. Not you. Oh yes, a us that ace of clubs if we are lucky. Nowhere for you, unfortunately. Alright. We're somehow chipping away. We really need to get down a black king with... Oh, never mind at this point. I was gonna say a red 5, but we just missed it. Quite literally, both of them right there, as there's nowhere for that jack, 7 or 10. We move on to our next game of the night, our 26th. And I know I said at the beginning which game we were doing, but I honestly forgot what number we're at for about 10 seconds. Alright, let's see how many doubles or triplets we have unturned in this one. Double 8s, double 6s, double 4s, double 7s, triple 4s, there you are, triple 8s, oh you brought another one, double queens and double 9s. So, our doubles were 9s, 4s, oh 4 was a triplet, my bad, and 6, and then left over we had 8 and 7, so 6, 7, 8, 9 really messed us up. The double queens right there, and again 9, 4, and 6, the culprits. Come on, Slurpy Deck, we know you have it in you. Conjure all of your energy to give us a good game and at least a fat stack. Before we get on to our final deck of the night. And you know what? As we get through this game, this 500 marathon, I want to give another little, not statement, expression of appreciation is a better way to put it. Seriously, as tired as we all are when we do this together and play our games, it's always fun. I never would be at this point so far if it weren't as fun as it is, knowing that we're all enjoying the same thing. And each of you watching right now, just seriously, you're awesome. Without you, this would not be a series that's hitting 500 at the moment, and we're still hitting 1,000. That's just absurdity. Alright, let's do one more shuffle and deal out our 27th game. Yeah. Because, yeah, 25th, 26th, 27th, yeah. I must have miscounted earlier unless I'm just completely misremembering everything at the moment. Game 27, 3 more to go. I just got my second win of energy. Or probably my third or fourth win at this point. And that must mean we are going to win. Not even that stupid little 6 can mess things up at this point. As we put down this king, 10, queen, and jack, bring that 7 back, and we are ready to go for it. Really? These cards have to be so rude, so quickly. Yes, I was hoping we could build triple queens on that king, and sorry if I scared you right there. I felt it when I said it. Yes, would have been better. Oh yeah, that's better. King, double king. Once triple queens now gone. Sandwiched between a king and a jack. And now a 9 to follow. If we could get a red 8 and a red 9, boy and girl, shall we be fine. Black 4 would be nice as well. That king works for sure. There's our red 9. Okay, everybody calm down. Calm down as we just got. We've just earned another fat stack. Our first ace of this game. Our third king down on the ground. Another 3, and we are 1 card off of yet another fat stack. And there it is, fat stack. Again, how many are we at this point? I have no slight idea. My guess is 10. At least. Right? And here's the moment of truth. Oh wow, we found its spot for that 10. I was not expecting that quite clearly. Bring that 2, 3, ace. You know what? Bam. 5. Alright. Uh-oh. We just missed our ace of hearts. We can't refatten the same stack, and unfortunately, after that amazing game, we just miss a victory. As there's nowhere for that king 4 or 5. Wow. But you know what? What a game. What a game. As we kind of feel sad now, come to think of it, move on to our final deck of the night. Our final 3 game set. Wow, I can't believe it. I swear if that was going to be a 4 double 6s and a 9. Let's put away our Slurpee deck. It did just fine, if you ask me. And let's bring out our final deck of cards to wrap up this 500th Solitaire special. And here it is. Silver Metallics deck. So shiny. So sweet. So satisfying. And neat. Welcome, those of you who skipped ahead to the final game. Understandably, you missed a lot of interesting coincidences. But you know what? Let's enjoy this final 3 game set with the Silver Metallics deck. I am excited, also somewhat not not sad, not somber, but seldom. No. It's bittersweet. I'm glad we're about to end our 500 special since we get to move on to our next. But I kind of don't want it to end. I'm surprised that it's been this fun for as tired as I am. I hope you're as tired as I am. If so, you're probably just about to fall asleep. And just another quick time. You're awesome. Let's get into this next game and see if we can secure one more win or fat stack before our night is done for this 500th special. I swear this deck is just amazing in person. I hope you could just get a little bit of the essence through your phones, computers, or TV screens. Maybe your Nokias, your cars, wherever you're watching this. Hopefully, well, office desktops, wherever. Let's have a good game. Okay, double fives. We can handle that. That jack, we can play that. And I'm actually quite surprised too. For those of you who've been around the entire time in one go or several, I've actually talked quite a bit. And I'm very surprised. I thought this was going to be kind of tough to go through just the tired level and all. But it was actually fairly smooth on my end, it feels like. It'd be funny watching this back and I was just completely incoherent of what I was saying. It just sounds like a bunch of jumbling gibberish. Double nines, double sixes, double fives, double threes, double kings. Isn't that aggressive? Okay. Show us an 8. Show us a black queen. Make it triple fives. There's our black queen. Do you think we have a chance? Of course we have a chance, but how big of a chance? 3, nowhere to go, unfortunately. 8, we found an 8. Is it too late for that 8? Or can it still do something a little bit great? As it might have just done something incredibly great. As we just resurrected this game, seemingly from the ashes of defeat. Wow. You're seeing what I'm seeing, right? Like, we're both on the same page. Or we thought where this was going. Come on, give us something. No. Oh, yes. So many emotions in a couple seconds. Oh, that's the card. Alright, so triple aces, but the only 2 that can't be played. Nowhere for that 10. Nowhere for that 3. And nowhere for that jack. No plays left on the field. Just missed a fat stack. But we'll come back to bat and give it another whack. Let's see which cards were left unturned in our 28th fat stack, you have to admit. Very good. Is anybody hungry? Somebody grab me a cannoli. That was our last casino shuffle of our 500th Solitaire special, my friend. Let's see how it does as we clear up the field and get ready to deal out our game. Here we go. We start with a 7. Let's see which card turns over next. A 9. And after that 9, we receive a 2. Another 9. Oh my, for those of you who've watched quite a bit, you know how I feel about those 9s. And let's just say no, as we have no play to start. Here we go. Come on, don't do us like this, game. Don't be so cruel. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a cracker real quick because I am hungry, apparently. My apologies, my friend, for breaking up the tempo. I did not think this special would make me so hungry. And I'm not gonna lie, that cracker was probably the best tasting cracker I've had. My goodness, I just feel so calm right now. So happy, so warm. Let's wrap up this video as we make a play with that jack and see if we can add anything else on in this second to last game. There we go. And perfect. Just what we were looking for that 4. Ace to follow. Another one to join. And you know what? Let's put down the spade and club. And let's see what we could do. And just in case we don't have time for it later, my friend, for the final time of the night, just want to say, this has been incredibly fun. Each one of you out there on many different parts of the world make this fun. How this simple card game brings us together for the night as we all try to get a good night's rest. So all of you, care for each one of you out there. It's been fun. I feel like I'm kind of rambling at this point, honestly. I'm so tired. You're awesome. And let's get ourselves one more fat stack on the night. What do you say? Oh wow, triple kings now. Well, better than where we were at before. Another jack, another, you know what? Let's go this 10 instead. possibly a win. Let's see the culprits as we start off with a 6, 8, 10. Double sevens, double fours, double tens, double eights. And here we go, our last shuffle. And you know what? Since this is the 500th special, let's do 500 shuffles before this last game. I'm kidding, just 5. That is 2. Whoa, what are you doing right there, cards? Silly guys and gals. Here is the 3rd. 4th, and lastly, our 5th shuffle with 5 cuts, 5 swipes. Let's do it. $25, $24, $23, $22, $21, $20, $19, $18, $17, $16, $15, $14, $13, $12, $11, $10, $9, $8, $7, $6, $5, $4, $3, $2, $1. Final game. Here we go. Honestly, a good start, no matter what. Again, here's where the bitterness comes in from the bittersweet. Our final game of the night. Double sixes, double queens. 7, 6, Jack, 10, 5, Ace, 6, unfortunately. Those 50-50 decisions. Alright. Our cards are dwindling down in our hand. A 2. A 4. A 3. Is there anything left? As there's nowhere for that 3. Nowhere for that 6. And lastly, nowhere for that 7. And with that, my friend, that is the end to our 500 special. My goodness, it's been fun. We are officially at the halfway point to 1,500 solitaire videos. I'm now just realizing how many that is. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Wouldn't